Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live after 5, and this is period 1. Is that right? And this is our very first app, so this is exciting. What we did is we went up here, we went to projects, start new project, and we created a project called Digital Doodle, and I spelled that wrong. That's okay. Who cares? So Digital Doodle, today it's Digital Doodle. Digital Doodle, 1_1_2. Remember, can't have decimals, can't have periods in your name. You can't start with a number. Always has to be at the end. And you can't have spaces. Okay, so just remember that. So this is your IDE, which is your integrated development environment. So over here is your toolbox. There's your interface toolbox. I call this the toolbox. Layouts, okay, media, and let's say you don't know what this stuff is. So I don't know what a Y and X translator is. And then you need to learn how to hit the question mark. And you click question mark. Go ahead and do that now. Click on a question mark. I don't care which one. And now you get to read about it. So the Y and X translate. Use this component to translate words and sentences between different languages. So if you're building like a Spanish to English dictionary app, you would want this in there. Are you with me? Does everybody understand how to use the question mark? I am not going to teach you how to use every component in your toolbox. If you want to do it, just click the question mark and learn about it, all right? That's what we do in computer science. I'm just going to show you the methods so you understand how to teach yourself. Are you with me? Drawing and animation, we'll get into that plenty this year. If you want something to move around your screen, you need a canvas. Oh, by the way, do we need a canvas today? Yeah, we need a canvas today. Let's go get one. All right, so you just drag it on your screen. Social. Twitter, you want to send it, you want to share it to Facebook, Twitter, you can do that. Storage, this is like a database connectivity. Okay, who understands how to go through your toolboxes? Pretty cool. All right, this is your emulator, and this is where we'll drag stuff. That I'm going to show you how to do that right now. This is your components list, and you can start to name and delete that component out of that list. It will disappear. And then over here, this is your properties list, so I can set the properties of that canvas. All right. And then over here I have blocks and designer. If I want to start doing blocks and code, I hit blocks. If I want to go back to the GUI, I hit designer. That's a test question. Okay. All right, who's ready to build? Okay, so the first thing we need, very important, is the layout. So I want to drag a layout to my very top. Okay, I'm going to rename this layout. I'm going to call it HA1. And I'm going to call it buttons because it's going to hold my color buttons in there. HA1 color buttons. Okay. I give it a new name. Now I know what it's there for. Who knows what it's there for? Okay. And then we want to make its width fill parent so it stretches all the way across the page. And I'm going to go ahead and set its background color to none. Okay. How many buttons do we want to go in there? 6 across the top, 3. So I'm going to go back to my UI and I'm going to drag in 3 buttons. 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to put them in that box. Width fill parent. Go to the right hand side, click on it, go to the right hand side of your properties list. So I go back here, click on it, go to width, click on fill parent, and hit OK. Got it? Got it? You're going to do that a lot. A lot. Like, really a lot. Yeah. The what? Those are buttons. Just drag a button in there. How did I do what? The HA color. I just go down to rename. Click rename. And give it a new name. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start working on the first button. Okay. Do I want to leave these as button 1, button 2, button 3? No. Why? Because when I go over here, all I'm going to see is button 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm working not smarter, right? I'm working not efficiently. I don't know what all these buttons are going to do because sooner or later I'm going to put 3 more buttons on the screen and I'm going to have button 4, 5, and 6. And I'm not going to remember what those buttons are for. Are you with me? So you always give them a simple name so that you're working smarter, not harder. So this is going to be BTN red. And I go BTN, which means it's a button, right? And then I give it a name like red. Guess what that button's going to do? That's going to be my red button. All right. So down here I go to the text and I go to big capital R. Now I have a big capital R on my page. I'm going to raise the font to 28. And remember the width and the height, we're going to go to 60 by 60 pixels. And I'm going to make it round. So I go to shape and I go to oval, and now it's a round circle. And now I can go to background color red. Do I have a red button on my page? Yeah. I just go down to text. Go down to text and change the text to R. And guess what I'm going to do for button 2 and 3? Almost the exact same thing. Okay? So I'm going to rename it. So I'm going to rename it. This is going to be BTN green, red, green, blue. Background color is green. Font size is 28. Height is going to be 60. Width is 60. And shape is an oval. And my text is a big G. Boom. Done. I went 28. Guess what? If Tyler went 20 and not 28 and all of his were 20, would he be okay? Yeah. Don't be a robot. You with me? Don't be a robot. Think and use your mind. Use your brain. Last one. BTN. Blue. Change it to blue. Font's 28. 60 by 60. Shape is an oval. And text is a capital B. Okay, do you like the looks of this? What's the problem with it? Too close. What else is the problem? It's not what? No, they're all labeled BTN red, green, blue. What's the problem though? What's the problem with it? Look at it. What's the problem with it? Do you like the way it looks? I don't. What's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? It's not centered, right? So how do we center it? That's why we use a horizontal arrangement, okay? Go click back on your horizontal arrangement for colors, go to Align Horizontal, and go to Center, okay? Now I have 3 buttons right in the middle of the page. Are you getting this? Who are you looking on with? Who are you looking on with? Who's your team? Are you showing them how to do it? Confused on what? The buttons? You go down to text. You go down to text and change your text to an R. Click on your button. Go down to text. Change your text to R. Good? Show them how. Okay. All right. Canvas. What did we say we were going to name the canvas? Look at your paper. My photo. CNV my photo. So this is going to hold. What's it going to hold? My photo. What's the width and height? Fill parent. Width. Fill parent. Okay. Canvas is done. What goes across the bottom? Yeah. You go to horizontal arrangement. You go to Align Horizontal, and you hit Center. Let's say I want it on the right. Now it's on the right. Now it's on the left. Now it's on center. Now it's on the right. You see how I do that? Center. If you wanted to center it vertically, you could do that, right? Who's with me so far? What is it? Nine minutes left. We gotta fly. Yeah. You just click on your canvas, go to width and height, fill parent. Click on your canvas, go to width and height, fill parent. Width and height, fill parent. Okay? Let's go get another layout. Horizontal layout goes across the bottom. Your width on that layout is going to be fill parent. Your background color is going to be none. How many buttons do I want to go across the bottom? Oh, let's rename this, guys. So we'll call it HA2. And what goes in HA2? So we'll just call it, it's the camera button, it's the erase button, and it's the voice button. So these are operating buttons. So HA2 op buttons, there are option buttons, okay, operating buttons. Let's go get 3 more buttons. Button 1, button 2, and button 3, and we're going to do the same thing to that. But I'm going to show you how to go get images on this one. Yeah. Width, fill parent. Go to its width, go to fill parent. Now, you guys know how to drag in 3 buttons, right? So you want to do that again across the bottom. And then I want to show you this. Can you guys look up here? How are we doing over there? Fadi, what are you doing? Make one. Text it to me. Text it to me. Solve the problem. Text it to your neighbor. Text it to the person next to you. Does the person next to you have a phone? Do you have a phone? Who has a phone on her team? Nora, do you have a phone? Text it to Nora. Nora, can you give her your phone number so she can text that to you? What? All right. Across the bottom, we have non-visible components. Who remembers what our non-visible components are? Look at your engineering design paper. What goes across the bottom? Yeah. Okay, but underneath that, what was underneath your engineering design paper? Yeah, so go to media. We need a camera. So you want to drag in a camera. Notice how it goes to the bottom. Doesn't show up on the screen. What else do we need? Speech recognizer. Drop one in the bottom. And then my favorite is Siri, text to speech. Okay? So I drag them in. See them now that they're at the bottom? Does everybody see how to do that? Go to your media. I just put a horizontal arrangement down there and I drag the buttons in there, just like I did across the top. Okay? Now I go work on my buttons. This is going to be BTN erase. Is that what I called it? Erase? Yeah. So BTN erase. Background colors doesn't matter. Font doesn't matter. I'm not going to have a font. Width and height are going to be 60 again. 60 by 60. And I'm not going to put any text in there. And the shape's going to be an oval. Okay, now let's go have some fun. Okay, now I'm going to go. What's up, man? What's the problem? You good? I'm going to go to Google. Google's my friend, right? And I'm going to type in erase icon. Okay? And I'm also going to type in PNG because I want it to be transparent. Okay? And I go to images. And now I go get one that I like. Are you with me? Which one do you like? So remember who said they wanted an X? There's your X, right? You guys can get any one you want. It doesn't matter to me. Which one? I kind of like the trash can. So I'm looking for a round, erase trash can kind of a thing. There's one. There's one. Okay. There's a cool one. Okay. So a little trash can. There's delete if you want delete. There's trash. Look at that one. That's cool. That kind of got everything there on that one, don't you? So you go to view image, you right click, you save it, and now what you want to do is you want to go into your documents and create a folder. Okay. So I have a Q2 folder. I'm going to create a new folder called period 1. Okay. Or you guys can I don't need period 1. Let's just call it digital doodle. And you are allowed to have spaces in here. 1.1.2, and you're allowed to have decimals in here. Okay. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to drop in my garbage delete. And it goes in there. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me do this and I'll show everybody and then I'll answer your question. All right. Now I'm going to go to my button and I'm going to go to my image. I'm going to upload, choose a file, go back to that folder I just made. Q2. And there it is. And I hit open. And it's going to go into my button. And there it is. Okay. Now I have a cool trash can button sitting there. Yeah. You right click on it and save image as and put it in your folder. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing for my other buttons. Okay. So this is BTN. What do we call it? Take pick camera. BTN camera. What you doing, man? Then make one. Make one. You have to make it. You have to make a Google account. You have to figure that out. I can't help you. I can't help you. I can't help you make one. Are you with me? You drag a horizontal arrangement down to the bottom. Okay? All right. Time we get out of here. So let me do one more. I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to grab a camera icon. Camera icon. And there it is. I'm going to go to images. Go get one you want. I like one that has some color to it. You guys probably recognize these are Google's. Okay, that's cool. Look at that one. I'm looking for a round one. There's a round one. There's a round one. Okay, so I'm just going to go. That one's kind of cool. View image. I saved it. Show in folder. I'm going to right click on that one. Copy it. Documents. My documents. 16, 17. Q2. Digital Doodle. Paste it in here. There it is. Now I go back into my MIT, and that's my camera button. Height is 60 by 60. Shape is an oval. Image is this guy here. Open, choose a file, hit OK. And text is nothing. And you are out the door with more. And I hope you've learned something, and I have this video for you. So, happy coding. You guys will want to watch these videos tomorrow, and you guys need to hook up with me on YouTube. Okay, you guys need to go to my DR Android. Can everybody find that? Did I put that on the board? Okay, let me shut this off. You guys need to go to DR space DANDROID with a D. DR space DANDROID. Find my channel, all right? And then I have all these videos on Digital Doodle out there. Are you with me? I won't be here Friday and Monday. You guys can watch my videos. All right, you guys with me? And then try to build. Okay? Happy coding.